Hi, and welcome back to day 3 of Easter cards. And I'm going to make another card today using the Easter message stamp set from Stampin' Up. And we're going to use this cross and this Happy Easter. And this stamp set is available in the 2017 Occasions catalog. So what we need for colors is Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Pure Pizzazz, and Basic Black. We're going to use the Early Espresso watercolor pencil, with the blender pen and Wink of Stella. We need some snail, and although not necessary, I highly recommend some repositionable tape. We need some Daffodil Delight, cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we need 2 pieces of Whisper White. One is cut 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, and the other is cut 4 by 5 1/4. So what I was going for with this card was the feeling of Easter morning, with the sunrise coming up and the discovery that Christ was risen. This one came out just a tad bit darker in my sky. It has a little more orange than I really wanted. So the one we're going to make today is going to be a little lighter on the top. So what I did with my smaller piece of Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4, is I inked up the cross in black. And then I'm going to stamp that in the middle, but kind of towards the top. Then I made a mask using some Post-it notes. I stamped the image on a Post-it note, and then I fussy cut around it. And to get inside here where the 2 empty spaces are, I just snipped this away from the base of the cross, and then went in and cut those pieces out. And here's where the repositionable tape comes in. Although the Post-it note does have sticky on the back, I wanted to ensure that I was going to have a really good firm hold on my mask. So I went back in, especially after you use it more than once. I went to the back of that and I attached some, I applied some repositionable tape to it, and then I pressed down. And if you see any tape that you get on there, just you can just, with your finger, it'll come right off. Or with a glue eraser. Okay, so now we're going to start inking. I want my grass to come from probably almost a little less than half down. So I'm going to start with my Pure Pizzazz. Always start with the lightest color first, because you can add dark to light, but you can't add light to dark. Well, you can, but it won't show. So I'm going to come in off the side and just sponge in circles. Now in between there, you can just dab if you'd like. It gives it some texture. Now I'm going to come in with the Garden Green, and I'm going to do the same thing. However, I'm going to apply most of the dark green, the Garden Green, to the outside of the card, because I do want the outside to be the darker part, and I want like the brightness to be in the middle. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the sky. We're going to start with the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to come in off the sides. And around the cross, I'm just going to dab. And it's okay if there's a little bit of white showing through. Because the effect I want here is just a bright halo around this cross. And And then I'm going to come in with the Cajun Craze. Now, I love Cajun Craze, but it's such a dark, rich color that I find that I always get it all over me. So I'm going to try to be really careful here. And again, I'm going to come in off the side, and I want most of the Cajun Craze to be around the border of the card. And I think that's the look I'm going for. I do, like I said, I wanted kind of a halo of the bright yellow around the cross. All right, so now we're going to lift our mask off. There we go. Make sure we get any adhesive off of that. I'm going to come in with the Early Espresso watercolor pencil. I'm going to outline the cross and go in and just roughly go over the grain of the wood. For the tie here, I'm going to actually color that in because I want that to stand out a little bit. Then I'm going to take my blender pen, make sure it's clean, and then just come in and pull that color. Now you want the wood to have variation in its shades of brown. So it's going to have a bit of shadowing, which makes it look more realistic. And then finally, I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to go over the cloth. Christ was buried in a white cloth. So that's why on this card I chose not to color the cloth in, although on one of my projects, I believe it might have been day one, I colored the cloth in a rich raspberry and purple. But realistically, the purple is more of the Lenten color, but it sure is a pretty color, and it's associated with Easter, so there's nothing wrong with that. Now again, like I said, the Wink of Stella doesn't show up very well on the video, so I'm going to try to move this around so hopefully you can see a little bit of the glimmer, the shimmer and shine, as I call it. And that's all there is to making that card. So what we need to do for the final step is to stamp the sentiment right here in the corner. Go straight down, straight up, Happy Easter. And that's it. Now we're going to put the pieces together. I'm going to put a little bit of snail. Oh, probably should have put it on this one. I didn't though. So, tiny little border on this. It's about 1/16 of an inch. There we go. And turn that over. And apply that again. It's a tiny little border. And there we have it. Oh, and I think I really do like this one a lot better with more of the yellow in the middle of the cross. This one looks more like a darker day, but I do like this one. And there you go. That is day 3 of Easter week. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, please drop me a note on my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day.